a Galactic Goodnight is usually more than a forgotten Little Einsteins episode on TV, but I think it could still be watched on online or streaming services to this day. But did you know that this space episode used to have reruns since its debut in 2006? But I think they did these on several 2006 dates. For example, like the one on August 30th and the one on September 9th. However, in the year 2007, I think it only had a few reruns before it began being phased out with other Little Einsteins episodes, such as Ring Around the Planet, Farmer Annie, Rocket Safari, and Knock on Wood, which is also part of Season 1. And I think that premiered before this one. But I think the Playhouse Disney block used to do this as their scheduled airing times for kids to revisit the mission of putting Rocket to sleep by counting all 9 planets, including one dwarf one in our solar system. And let's be real here. I think Disney Channel has a bit more than kids shows, like the ones made for preteens and the ones made for older teens. But I think this channel still exists to this day. But what I want to talk about is that when I saw some online databases of different TV schedules on Disney Channel from 2007, I noticed that this Little Einsteins episode only had 3 reruns on 3 different dates. And this first one here, which is the one 3 days before Valentine's Day 2007, is of course February 11th, 2007, which is a Sunday. And I think this aired right after an episode of Higglytown Heroes, which is also a classic Playhouse Disney series. When I saw some galleries of this episode as well, I feel like they would mostly talk about this specific scene. But why not talk about this as a total dedication to this episode? Or maybe they can pay attention to the planets as parts of the team's mission into putting Rocket to sleep. And right after that, at 8:30 a.m., they aired the Season 2 episode, Quincy and the Magic Instruments. Then at 9 a.m., they aired the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse episode, Mickey's Color Adventure. But let's be honest, I think that the Playhouse Disney block was used to be everyone's childhood channel. And they would mostly watch it as kids as on their breakfast time. But here is where we witness 2 last dates of reruns. This specific Little Einsteins episode had at least 2 more reruns in the same year, 2007. And I think this second date, which was 5 days after Easter 2007, is of course April 13th, 2007, which was on Friday the 13th. What a weird coincidence. But apparently this episode aired right after a programming of the Playhouse mini show and Tell Time, hosted by Clay, which is a stop-motion Playhouse Disney character. And I believe that if this kids show episode was acknowledged more, then there will be more reruns until the Little Einstein's last rerun in 2019. But unfortunately for this one, it wasn't for long enough. But anyway, after that, it came the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse episode, Goofy the Great, at 8:30 a.m. And now, this third date, which I believe is the final airing of A Galactic Goodnight. And this date is of course being May 11th, 2007, which is also a Friday. But this episode came on right after, once again, the Playhouse mini show and Tell Time, hosted by Clay. I'm assuming that these reruns of this Little Einsteins episode used to happen on TV, on the Playhouse Disney block, which viewers can watch this mission from start to finish. But right after that came the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse episode at 8:30 called Mickey's Treasure Hunt. And after that, as the year went on, the episode never aired on TV again. But I think these reruns were recorded during those times. And I think these recordings can still be watched online today. But no one knows about the true meaning of these episodes' reruns.